fucking confusing to me. Remember all the praises I gave Jack Harlow? I'm like, yo, he's going to be the accepted one. He's the next. A lot of people been supporting the tracks. It was like, he's the next. People like the Churchill Down song. I just played it. But you know what just happened recently? He dropped the project. Well, first of all, there's a couple things. And I watched on social media. I'll show you because you'll be like, you're making this up. I'm not making this up. So let's go to the Shade Room. Okay. So there's a video of Jack Harlow. I posted it. Where he was being carried across, I don't know what you call this, the field at Kentucky Derby. And there was two black dudes. He was hanging over their shoulders. And I remember, I didn't see this. I didn't read these comments on my page initially. I read it on other people's page, but everybody was just racially motivated. And for me, one of the things I felt like Jack Harlow is going to win. Did y'all watch a Breakfast Club interview with this guy? He's the nicest guy on earth. It's like you have to be a hater to not root for him. So I looked at that and I'm like, oh, everybody's going to love this guy. Like, bro, when you're that likable, you're that nice, you're that witty, you still fit in that cool bracket, you're going to win. And he drops his album. I see everybody say, yo, this shit ain't popping. This shit whack. We don't like it. Then I see like this, which I think is dope. He's from Kentucky. He's from Louisville. We only know like two other people from Louisville. We know Bryson Tiller. Who's the other person we know from Louisville? Is ESTG from Louisville? We don't know too many people. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to pull the comments up over here. Somebody says, Hush says, you're already wrong. He's not even going to debut at number one. We'll talk about his sales. Actually, I'll talk about it now. So, Jack Harlow was predicted. So, I have to tell you this because this is kind of new. We won't see it frequently. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Please just stay here. One of the reasons, and I'm not digging back up old beef. Again, this particular person, we squash beef. A lot of the stuff with me and Meek Mill, like, I ain't gonna lie, when me and Meek were talking, while we even squashing, Meek was like, yo, how the fuck you know I was gonna go sell this? Like, yo, nigga, you predicted that my album was out 30 minutes. Let me give you, and y'all always know me. Bro, I'm here to just tell y'all the truth behind this music industry shit. I'm gonna make my money regardless. They never, like, I don't have to fucking, there's some, the people who I feel like should be hiding secrets and shit like that, it's just not me. So I'll tell you what it is. Every label has a projection for an artist before they drop a project. Bro, this is a business. Do you think that Nike, do you think that Adidas, do you think that whatever clothing or whatever brand doesn't have a projection out for what they're going to sell when they choose to make certain products? Do you think that Nike is going to make a billion LaMelo, I don't know if he's signed with Nike, but a billion LaMelo ball shoes when only probably about 2 million are going to get sold? No, you would be in the hole. It's business, people. I don't know why people think the music business is so like, everybody look at the music business like it's Illuminati. It's just like every other business. They're making money. They want to make money. So when they're putting out a project by Jack Harlow, Drake, anybody else, they're going to look at it and says, and they're going to do their analysis based on singles, social reach, engagement, a million other factors that I'm probably not talking about right now. And they're going to come up with a number. I've talked to artists, and this is why I'm always shocked when they get mad at me predicting their sales. Your label has predicted your sales. The 180 really didn't come from Hits Daily Double, which a lot of people get, projections from. Didn't come from them. The 180 came from Universal Music Group. They looked at what he's done, the demographics, all the data they had, and they said he was going to probably do that. Every label has predictions. This is before the album goes out. Let me tell you what they use that info to do. If we think you're going to do 180, our budget will support what 180 will bring in. It's a business. So I see people like, yo, you were wrong. It's a new wave of predicting. That's why even the Kendrick sales, those are predicted. They're predicted for Kendrick. Well, when I tweet it out, when I'm tweeting out label predictions, because they never give us, bro, I know everybody's predictions. Nigga, I talk to the labels. The artists act like they don't know. What? Nigga, how you know I was doing that? Nigga, you knew you was flopping from 3 weeks ago. The label probably told you or didn't tell you because they didn't want to hurt your feelings. The labels know who gonna flop, bro. I always told people like, yo, the music industry, have you ever gambled? I gambled a bunch. This morning I was gambling. I lost $15,000. 4 days I was gambling ago, I won $40,000. I didn't say that to brag or whatever. I said that to tell y'all, imagine I'm running a business based on gambling. You don't know if you're going to make money or lose money. You can't sustain a business gambling. So what does labels do? Labels have to reduce the parameters in their business that they can't 100% either predict or guarantee. Gambling is not a business. What do? The labels own part of all the streaming services. That's reduced. If the labels, it wouldn't happen, but say the labels, say Universal submitted, I don't know, 10,000 entries for possible playlisting from Apple Music. If it was gambling, say Apple Music only picked 500 of those. For that year, you're going to be losing a lot of money. Because now, you're not going to be getting all those streams that those DSPs are going to be pretty much like, allocating via playlist. You get what I mean? So, you know what they do? With their catalog, they leveraged it to basically own and control leveraging interest with Apple and Spotify. That's how it works. In music, you have to take out the gamble. When a label say they're gambling, they are gambling in certain sense, but they're not gambling with their overall business. As I told you this before, they'll sign 10 artists, that one becomes good. And the good artist pays for the trash artist. But they're never gambling with the other cogs in the system. They're not gambling that, are y'all going to fuck with, Jack Harlow's hot, but are y'all going to fuck with it or not? So the point what I'm trying to tell you is that the 180 comes from Atlantic. I believe he's on Atlantic. He comes from Atlantic. So Atlantic is like, all right, yeah. All right, we got him pegged for 180 based on the sales from this, based on whatever, based on the love the DSP is going to give. This is always where I tell y'all, and I'm breaking down sales. And by the way, I seen somebody recently say, well, why are you still talking about sales? Why don't y'all talk about streams? Streams are basically sales, brother. It's just that we're going to use bigger numbers. If it's not selling well, it's probably not streaming well, unless it's like an artist like MGK, where half of its sales is going to come from actual purchases. So it's still the same numbers. So I always look at artists and I laugh and I'm like, you're mad at first week sales, but all you brag about is having more money than people. You shouldn't brag about numbers at all then. If an artist never bragged about numbers, we don't care. We shouldn't care about sales. But all these niggas say, I got more money than him. I'm the biggest boss. I got I made $10 million off that. Well, let's see if you really made $10 million. So anyway, get back to Jack Harlow. His label thought he was going to do 180. His label told the bigger conglomerate they were going to do 180. This is what is a good thing about music. Because every prediction meets the people. And it meets the best promotion ever. Word of mouth. Future's real projection was like 170, 180, right? People missed him so much, it went to 200. So, oh shit, Future could do like 200. You know what Future ended up doing? 227. Why? Over that week of that project being out, people loved a lot of the songs and they realized how much they fucking miss Future. So what about those projections that said he was going to do like 170, 180? They were off. You know why? The people loved it. This Jack Harlow projection is the same way. The label projected he was going to do 180. You know what's happening? And that's why I want to talk to people about it. I want to talk to them on Discord. That 180 is turned into 120, 130. How are you losing 50K sales in the first week? It's because, by and large, most of the conversation about Jack Harlow's album is that it's mid. Is that it's underwhelming. Is that he didn't deliver. That's the facts. It is what it is. We could talk about it. But what's happening, his sales, you're not going to do 180 if people ain't rocking with it. Because the first day sales was like, bing. Everybody's talking about it the second day. If nobody's telling you, like, bro, you got to go listen to Jack Harlow. If everybody say, oh, this shit was forgettable. If there's no song catching after the first day. This is how volatile first week sales are. Jack Harlow's about to sell 50,000 under what he was projected before his album went out because he didn't deliver. And nobody's going to talk about it like it's amazing. So the word of mouth promotion won't help. The best promotion, I keep telling you, is word of mouth. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. I want to talk to the chat, the audience. I want to get in Discord. Exclamation mark Discord if you're trying to find where the Discord is. You could join as well. I could possibly talk to you. Okay. Before we get to all that, how are y'all feeling, chat? And by the way, we do have to talk about